Sonia Miller is joining us today. Now, Sonia is an international coach. She's a counselor, she's a teacher, she's a healer, a minister, and an author. And she joins us today from Oregon in the United States of America. Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Great, absolutely wonderful. So we've got 60 minutes, well, a bit less. We're on several networks. I'd like to welcome our Stickam viewers as well. And from experience, I found that this time just flies by. You know. So when I was on your website, you had a question on one of your pages, and it was, I'll read it. It says, "Are you tired of wishing, wanting, and longing for your big life dreams, but just don't know how to make things happen?" Now, I was wondering when I was reading this whether that's something you personally experienced. Were you tired at one point of wishing and wanting and longing for stuff to happen, your dreams to come true?
Well, I think by the time I was really asking that question, I wasn't quite yet tired, but I was wishing and wanting and longing. And probably for as long as I can remember. I mean, one of the things that as I embarked on my journey of spiritual growth and exploration was that I just realized that I always had this inner kind of a little voice, an inner spark that always felt, somehow I sensed that I was more powerful than I actually felt in my life, or more powerful than my life was appearing. So it was kind of this hunger from a very young age. And then as I became an adult and I kept pursuing, you know, the more time would go by, I started to have some of that frustration and, you know, when are things going to happen? When am I going to discover what I need to know? And the more I explored with other seekers, the more I realized I wasn't alone.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. There's hundreds, millions of people out there in the same position searching for something. So what was it that you found?
Well, you know, my journey really became about, at the beginning, exploring what I call the invisible world. I knew that I had kind of searched a lot for answers and formulas and blueprints, and I read a lot of books, and I remember looking outside myself a lot. I remember I was really into astrology for a while, and I even volunteered at a place called the Healers Resource Center, where I would go to open houses and have readings and talk to practitioners, but a lot of looking outside myself for some kind of magic answer, some kind of like the final missing piece. And through that journey, I started to discover that some of the teachings that were really leading to results and shifts and changes both internally and externally were guiding me inward. And so then the rest of the journey became about what is in this inside world, this inner world, the invisible world, that's whether it's internal or whether it's beyond this physical reality. I knew that I started to discover that the answers were there, and that's really what my journey has become as an ongoing seeker. I mean, the seeking never ends. A practitioner, an experimenter, and ultimately a teacher as well.
Absolutely. We teach what we've had to learn.
Absolutely.
You know, we share our own experiences, and I think that's the beauty of all this, you know. And I can certainly relate to what you're saying, that yes, that there's a wealth of information on the outside. You know, we're in an age where information is not lacking. In fact, sometimes or often it's the exact opposite. We just have too much. And so we become too busy in a way, too distracted to actually take that journey inside.
Absolutely. And I think that that seeking outside, you know, is often, not for everybody, but it's often a very common step in the seeking. You know, I think that we come into this world really, it's designed, and we are designed to kind of forget who we are, so that through the contrast and this illusion that we live in, to really come to believe in the illusion. So we keep looking for answers in the illusion. We're told, you know, like if you do A plus B, C will happen, and the answers are outside. So we begin there, and then it's kind of hypnotic and very busy and stimulating, overwhelming at times. There's, like you said, there's so much, and I have found that the answers are really about, you know, quieting all of the stimuli and all of the noise and connecting more and more inward. And I remember hearing that in the earlier days of my search, and I understood the words, but I didn't really know what that meant. And then I started to look within and like, what am I looking for?